As the world bid farewell to Queen Elizabeth II on September 8, 2022, a treasure trove of iconic jewels transitioned to King Charles III, marking the beginning of a new chapter in royal adornments. These pieces, once uniquely synonymous with Her Majesty's long and distinguished reign, seemed unimaginable on anyone else. Yet, as the saying goes, time marches forward and life goes on. This transition ushers in a new era for Queen Camilla, who is honored to be dressed in these historic jewels. Join me as we delve into 13 captivating moments where Camilla was spotted adorning pieces from Queen Elizabeth II's jewelry collection. Before we begin, please support my channel by clicking the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you. The coronation of King Charles presented the ideal opportunity for Camilla, Queen Consort, to gracefully wear Queen Elizabeth's personal jewelry, a gesture befitting the grand occasion. Before 2022, Camilla's title as Queen Consort was uncertain until Queen Elizabeth II, prior to her Platinum Jubilee, expressed her firm wish for Camilla to be recognized in this role to continue her devoted service. Given her explicit blessing, it was fitting for Camilla to honor her late mother-in-law by wearing some of her jewels, which she did. During the coronation, the spotlight was unmistakably on the crown Camilla chose to wear, Queen Mary's crown, enriched with significant carat weight and history, traditionally reserved at the Tower of London. According to the royal website, the event marked the historic reuse of a queen consort's crown for the first time since the 18th century. Modifications were made, including the incorporation of diamonds previously owned by Queen Elizabeth, repurposing several of her brooches into the crown's design as a homage. Camilla also wore the iconic Coronation necklace, which dates back to 1858. Originally designed by Gerard for Queen Victoria, it has since been worn by every queen for every coronation, most recently for the late Queen Elizabeth II when she was crowned in 1953. The spectacular piece is made from 25 graduated brilliant diamonds taken from old garter badges, as well as the hilt of a ceremonial sword, along with a jaw-dropping 22.48 carat pendant, known as the Lahore diamond. Queen Camilla accompanied King Charles to the inaugural state opening of Parliament on November 7, 2023. While King Charles adorned the imperial state crown during the ceremonial proceedings, his wife made her debut in the resplendent diamond diadem. Also known as the George IV State Diadem, this regal headpiece was crafted for the coronation of King George IV in 1821, adorning the monarch, paired with a grand purple velvet cap, on his journey to Westminster Abbey for the crowning ceremony. Since its creation for King George IV, the diamond diadem has graced the heads of every British queen, regardless of whether they ruled independently or served as consorts: Queen Adelaide, Queen Victoria, Queen Alexandra, Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, and Queen Elizabeth II. At the South African State Banquet, the Queen Consort dazzled in the George VI Victorian suite, a prestigious diamond and sapphire parure featuring the notable Belgian sapphire tiara. This suite has a rich history. King George VI gifted his elder daughter, then Princess Elizabeth, a wedding present of a Victorian suite he had purchased. It is believed that the suite, created around 1850, comprised a necklace with elongated sapphires surrounded by round diamonds and collets, and a pair of square drop earrings with sapphires and diamonds. The Queen also modified and added to the suite several times. Early in her reign, in 1952, she shortened the necklace by removing the largest sapphire and a smaller second sapphire. In 1959, she had the larger sapphire made into a brooch. The ensemble's crown jewel, the Belgian sapphire tiara, was acquired by Queen Elizabeth II in 1963 to complete the set. Its origins trace back to Princess Louise of Belgium in the 19th century, whose life teemed with controversy, leading to the eventual sale of her inherited necklace, as it was initially, to settle debts, before its transformation into a tiara by Gerard for Queen Elizabeth II. On October 18, 2023, Camilla, alongside King Charles, attended a reception and dinner at Mansion House in London, celebrating their coronation. For this special occasion, Camilla wore a black and silver gown by Bruce Oldfield, complemented by the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece frequently worn by Queen Elizabeth during her reign, famously depicted on various British and Commonwealth banknotes and coins. This tiara, bestowed upon Queen Mary in 1893 by the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland as a wedding gift, was later gifted by Mary to her granddaughter, Princess Elizabeth, later Queen Elizabeth II, in 1947 as a wedding present. In addition to the tiara, Queen Camilla also wore a matching necklace and bracelet set, presented to Queen Elizabeth on her 21st birthday by the Prime Minister of the Union of South Africa, Field Marshal Jan Smuts. This gift, marking Elizabeth's visit to South Africa in 1947, symbolized the deep connection and goodwill between her and the South African people, as noted by Prime Minister Smuts in his gift presentation. King Charles and Queen Camilla hosted a state banquet at Buckingham Palace on November 21, 2023, to welcome South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol and First Lady Kim Keon-hee. For this prestigious event, Queen Camilla chose a striking red velvet floor-length gown, complemented by magnificent ruby and diamond jewelry. Among the pieces she donned was the Burmese ruby tiara, originally commissioned by the late Queen Elizabeth II from the House of Gerard in 1973. The tiara, featuring 96 rubies given to Queen Elizabeth II by the people of Burma for her wedding to Prince Philip, is designed with roses inspired by the Tudor rose, the emblematic floral heraldry of Britain, incorporating both rubies and diamonds. On March 31, 2023, in Hamburg, Queen Camilla donned Prince Albert's brooch, one of the most significant pieces in the British royal jewelry collection. Originally presented by Prince Albert to Queen Victoria on the eve of their wedding, this brooch was among Victoria's favorite pieces throughout her life. In her will, she decreed it an heirloom of the crown to be worn by future queens, whether regnant or consort. Subsequently, the brooch has graced the outfits of Queen Alexandra, Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, and Queen Elizabeth II, and Camilla now joins a list. In March 2023, King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla ventured to Germany, bringing along some of late Elizabeth II's cherished jewels for the journey. One significant piece Camilla showcased at a state dinner was the City of London fringe necklace, a diamond necklace given to Queen Elizabeth II on her wedding day in 1947. This fringe-patterned necklace, embodying lines of diamonds, was frequently adorned by the late monarch alongside various exquisite tiaras throughout her reign. During this particular trip, Camilla elected to wear the distinguished necklace with the Boucheron honeycomb tiara. For a memorial service in honor of the late King Constantine II of Greece at St. George's Chapel, Windsor, on February 27, 2024, Queen Camilla was seen at the service of thanksgiving for the late King Constantine II of Greece, who passed away at the age of 82. Notably, Queen Camilla adorned herself with the Grevel ivy leaf clips. The Grevel ivy leaf clips, designed by Cartier, were originally the possession of Dame Margaret Grevel, who bequeathed them to the Queen Mother. The Queen Mother, in turn, gifted them to Queen Elizabeth on her 21st birthday. This marked the first occasion these clips have been utilized by a royal family member since Queen Elizabeth's passing in 2022. In March 2024, during one of the traditional Holy Week appearances of the British royal family, Queen Camilla showcased a pair of lesser-known brooches from the collection of the late Queen Elizabeth II. These vintage brooches, crafted by Cartier, featured textured gold flowers adorned with diamonds and sapphires. According to Leslie Field in The Queen's Jewels, these exquisite Cartier gold flower clip brooches were acquired separately in 1942 and 1945 by King George VI and Queen Elizabeth, who then gifted them to Princess Elizabeth. The late Queen Elizabeth II was known to wear these brooches, particularly on her North America trip in the fall of 1951, and during a visit to Bracknell in 1991, usually positioning them side by side in her preferred brooch spot. Although not among her most favored pieces, The late queen did wear them from time to time throughout the years. Camilla wore a brooch, a gift from her mother-in-law, to the Easter Sunday service at St. George's Chapel in April 2024. The accessory matched her green ensemble perfectly as she welcomed guests to the event. This exquisite circular flower brooch, encrusted with emeralds, diamonds, and sapphires, long held a place of honor in Elizabeth II's personal collection, which contained hundreds of precious jewels, some of which she never wore. Camilla's brooch boasts a rich history. Initially, it belonged to Queen Elizabeth II's grandmother, Mary of Teck, who wore it on several occasions. Queen Elizabeth II herself donned the piece only once, at a horse show in Windsor in 1997, complementing a gray suit featuring a jacket and skirt. Within the legacy of Lady Grevel's generous bequest to the royal family sits the magnificent Grevel festoon necklace, which the Queen Consort premiered in Uganda, perfectly paired with the lavish Grevel tiara. This diamond necklace, a Cartier masterpiece, initially featured 2 elegant rows of diamond plaques, each centered with a round brilliant surrounded by pave-set diamonds, and connected by a simple dual-strand diamond back chain crowned with a large central brilliant enclosed in a pave-set plaque. In a bold move to enhance its grandeur, Mrs. Grevel, in 1938, tasked Cartier with adding 4 additional plaques and reimagining the back clasp. Moreover, she commissioned a separate 3-row necklace composed of 18 plaques, ingeniously designed to integrate with the original piece, thus evolving it into a striking 5-row festoon necklace. On Commonwealth Day at Westminster Abbey, Camilla debuted a significant brooch, the Russian sapphire cluster brooch, previously worn by Queen Mary, the Queen Mother, and Queen Elizabeth II. This piece, as its name indicates, was reportedly acquired by Queen Mary from the daughters of Empress Marie Fyodorovna, the mother of the last Tsar. For her first official engagement in Northern Ireland after the coronation, Queen Consort Camilla selected a diplomatic green outfit, complemented by stunning gold, diamond, and emerald jewelry, with an emerald and diamond brooch as the focal point. This brooch, featuring a Celtic knot design with diamonds surrounding a central cabochon emerald, is believed to have been part of Queen Mary's collection, a wedding gift from Emperor Nicholas II of Russia in 1893. The Telegraph described the brooch as a cabochon emerald and diamond knot. Mary wears the brooch pinned at her throat in the portrait, which dates to the 1890s. The brooches transitioned to Queen Elizabeth II's collection, whether from Queen Mary in 1953 or from the Queen Mother in 2002, remains uncertain. By 2014, it had definitely become part of her collection, notably worn at the Irish State Banquet at Windsor Castle with the Vladimir tiara and the Delhi Durbar parure. Queen Elizabeth showcased the brooch during a meeting with the UN Secretary-General in Malta in 2015, and in one of her final public appearances in July 2022, when she awarded the George Cross to the National Health Service. Thank you for watching this video. Share your impressions in the comments and support my channel by subscribing and liking. Thank you.